Good afternoon, everybody. It's Thursday, August 26th. This is our third episode of our weekly video series. And today we're going to talk about millennials and why young professionals, millennials, whatever they'd like to be called, but why as a young person in your 20s or in your early 30s, you should be super optimistic about not just investing, but really about the state of the world. And this is actually a request I had to make some comments on this. Young lady that I know works in an incredibly creative space and is very creative herself. She sent me a meme the other day, and I looked at this thing, and basically what it says, on one hand, should I save for retirement? On the other hand, will I ever retire? On the other hand, will the world even exist? And I laughed first, but then I thought about that. I'm like, I've just never been in the camp where I wondered if the world was going to exist tomorrow or not. Some things I think are largely out of my control. I think the world existing or not is probably one of them, but it got me thinking, so I emailed her back, and I said to her, I said, serious question. I said, why the negativity among your generation or among your peer group? And she emailed me back and she said, seriously, the oceans were on fire last month. It's a hypersensitive dialogue surrounding sustainability, taking actions that contribute to the greater cause, leveraging our voices and platform for good. And so I really appreciate the fact that she shared that back with me. But I think she almost gave me she gave me some answers to start with in terms of why as a whether you're 20s, 30s, 40s, up to 110 years old, why I think this is an incredible time to be alive and why I think we should all be really optimistic about the future, particularly some of the younger people. So first, she says here that I'm reading here, about having a platform. No one ever in history has had platforms like we have now. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to watch this, but the fact that I can record some thoughts and that almost everyone on the planet in every far corner of the world has access to what I have to say, let alone what people a heck of a lot smarter than me have to say, is truly incredible. It's never happened before, nothing like this in human history. And I think that alone is amazing. There was a time where those that had information essentially ruled the world. Now everyone has information, and you can get to it very easily, and it costs almost nothing to get it. To me, that is incredible, because all of a sudden you might have had a couple phenomenal ideas that in different corners of the world were percolating, but never caught fire because they never had the ability to be shared, or people that were interested in specific ideas, inventions, you name it, that might have been searching for a solution or searching for an answer. You could never get those two together. Now you can. That is absolutely, truly incredible. And again, this idea of everyone having their platform to share, not only their creative aspects and things that they're trying to build or produce or create, but also just their thoughts on society and the world. I think that to me is staggering, and I think it's something we should really, really appreciate moving forward. Sustainability. I am a true believer. I think the technology is going to solve a lot of these sustainability problems that we're dealing with. And the one thing I think that throughout history we need to recognize with human beings is human beings we don't mitigate well. We've never mitigated well. Think about it from your own personal standpoint. If you procrastinated to take a test, if you procrastinated to do the things that you needed to do, congratulations, you're a human being. It's just what we do. We're not great at mitigation, but we are phenomenal. We are incredible. There's never been a species on the planet that is as good as we are at adaptation. Human beings adapt, which is why you find us in every single corner of the planet, whether it's up in the Arctic to down in the jungles of Central America. I mean, you name it, people have the ability to adapt in a way that no other species has. And I believe that we will adapt the problems that we're going to encounter, and of course we will. It's part of our experience here, living on this planet, living in this reality. There's going to be problems. I am fully confident that human beings will be able to adapt to that and move forward as a species. I mean, the trajectory of the human species has been like this. And it has gotten better and better every year because people create, they invent, they adapt. And I think that's truly, truly amazing. I mean, you even look at what we've been through all in the last year and a half in terms of dealing with the pandemic. In the past, good luck communicating with anybody. There's no way to do it. Good luck conducting business to the best extent that you possibly could. There's no way to do it. Now we've got these tools, we've got this technology that we're able to ride through all this and not only continue to live our lives in many ways, though changed, but also continue to develop things and create things and continue to live our lives. And to me, that's really incredible. Some advice that I would give for people moving forward is fear. All this is based in fear, and fear I think is actually a really good thing if it pushes you forward. But what I see when I get a question like that is this is fear that's holding you back. If you're truly afraid that the world is not going to exist in 5 or 10 years or at some point in the future, then the next question is, why bother to do anything today? Forget about investing. Why bother to go out and live your life? if the world is coming to an end. I mean, that is a fear that paralyzes you. But fear is always going to exist. Again, we're human beings, just like we adapt. We're also afraid of things. But if you can use that fear to drive you forward, then it becomes a powerful ally. It's nothing that stops you from moving forward. It's something that actually propels you forward. And what I mean by that, if all of a sudden your fear changes from, what if I look back when I'm 85 years old and I haven't lived my life, I haven't done the things that I was called to do? That's terrifying. That's something that causes you now to take massive action, as opposed to causing you to sit in your room and not do anything. So that fear is always going to exist, but flip it. Use it to your advantage. If you're afraid of something that you think is going to occur, well, then use it to take action, to jump forward and leap forward and do things in your own life that are going to not only move your own life forward, but I truly believe that if we all individually make great decisions, live the lives that we're meant to live with passion, live with absolute gratitude, the fact that we've got another day here to do this thing, that it will push all of human society forward. And along those lines, I'd say, you know what? If you're afraid that the world's not going to exist, you're not going to find somebody great, and you're not going to get married, and you're not going to be able to share your life with somebody. You're certainly not going to have kids. You're not going to do all these things that quite frankly are some of the most, it's the juice of life. It's some of the most amazing experiences that you can possibly have. So I'll get off my soapbox with that, but use that fear to your advantage. Get out of your head with that in terms of letting it stop you from doing something. Use it to push you forward. Extreme example would be, if you think the world's going to be gone in 10 years, well, make these 10 years right now the best that they could possibly be. I mean, flip it. I don't know if I'm coming across clear enough with that, but use that fear to your advantage, because it's always going to exist. And finally, a book that I would suggest anybody that's young, that's really terrified about the world, read Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. It will put a lot of this stuff and a lot of these questions in context, but also just really how you can use wanting that sense of purpose, because I know that everybody wants a sense of purpose, but I think it's really powerful with some of the younger people that we work with. They want their lives to have value. They want their lives to have meaning. They want to push forward and do something for a greater cause. And I think that Frankl's book really talks a lot about that. But I just kind of rambled here, I know that, but I thought it was a great question. If you can tell, I'm absolutely an optimistic. I am a glass is not just half full but overflowing person. I definitely believe that the future is going to be better, although there will be hiccups. The future will be better than anything we've had in the past, and that's how I choose to live my life. But if you stayed with me for 7.5 minutes again, thanks so much. If you agree with me, let me know. If you disagree with me and think I'm crazy, let me know that as well. But yeah, to my friend that sent that over, thank you for giving this topic to me, and look forward to shooting another episode. Take care.